Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fake Music Only, the best podcast online for discussing all things EDM. I'm your host, IMG, and sadly, the big Finicheti could not make it to the show today, but we do have a pretty special guest. You may know him as the mixer for The Sty, which episode 108 is now out on Mixcloud. Alpha Swine, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'll be replacing Finicheti for the day because I poisoned him, and
Oh,
now he's throwing up in the bathroom.
dang.
I just wanted the spotlight for a little bit. Finicheti, if the poison's gone, please contact me.
And he'll probably lock you in the bathroom again. Enough said.
Probably.
Probably. Anyway, it's
Anyway,
so you're a mixer, you're a masher. I actually we didn't even talk about your mashups, but yeah. So
we'll talk about it later.
we'll talk about it. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I this is like the first episode I've done solo, so like I'm totally gonna like bumble through this entire thing. So everyone
Well, I think
forgive
with me
me.
it's gonna be a duet. But well, I mean, for me, I have never done a podcast where I talk, like
hmm
where I mostly talk.
Yeah.
Because on my own podcast, I only talk like 2 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Um, so this is also a kind of a new thing for me. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, totally. So, okay, I'm gonna come up with some questions because apparently that's what we like to do to our guests. We like to put them in the spotlight. All right,
Yeah.
so with all the music podcasts around, you have Call of the Wild, you have I don't know what else. Call of the Wild, the
You don't
big
know
one.
any other music podcasts
And
other than
I
Call
only
of the
pay
Wild?
attention to Call of the Wild
Really?
pretty
I
much.
mean, there are so
I
much other labels that do their own music podcast. Like I know Enhanced
or
has
yeah,
like Enhanced
what's the one for
sessions, and
Hospital? I forget what the one for
oh
Hospital
yeah,
is.
Hospital Radio, I think it was.
Yeah.
Um, and there, trust me, there are more than one podcast out
Yeah,
there. Like
I'm not
more than one
saying
music podcast out there.
yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, but so what kind of inspired you to like make your own, thing?
So, funny story about how the show started. It was originally for a specific Discord community where the goal is basically for everybody to like send in their favorite songs for it originally wasn't me either, but then the person got like 2 episodes done and decided to call it quits.
Mhm.
um, and so I decided to take over, and um, but slowly the Discord lost interest and it kind of take off on its own.
Mhm.
um, so yeah, the show kind of become what it is because of it was a pretty big Discord server. Actually, it was like 2000 ish. um
Wow.
but I'm no longer there. And then after the show started, and they lost interest in me and I started losing interest in them. And then I kind of left the Discord. I moved on to joining a lot of the electronic Discords. And that's how it got to where it is today.
Awesome. So is that why it was called Terminal Twilight at first?
Yes, it was a random name.
Okay.
It was and it was a pretty unique name until I realized it just wasn't catching on, and
Mhm.
that's why and because in the start of 2018 I rebranded to Alpha Swine, I decided to change the name to Lifestyle,
Mhm.
which also wasn't really catching on, but I liked how it sounds. It has a ring to it, but then I decided to keep it simple,
Uh-huh.
and then that's why from the start of this year I changed it to the Style.
Mhm. Wow. It's
You can cut off the
probably been a
coughs, by
journey.
the way. For some reason, I'm coughing a lot.
Okay. But
Sorry
yeah,
about that.
so it definitely sounds like it's kind of like progressed and
Yes, definitely.
yeah, and you know, just I honestly
Yeah.
I mean I've kind of done it. I did mashup podcast. It was like just me, and just threw a bunch of podcasts together from, or not podcasts, I mean mashups from a bunch of friends, and then I'd have people like submit exclusive stuff, and then I did mashup podcast Omega, which was pretty much the same thing, just different name or whatever, more ominous. But yeah, and then I stopped doing that, and that's pretty much my experience with podcasting. And now I'm here,
I see.
so
Oh, yeah. It's a
it's
different type of podcast.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah,
but
definitely,
it still allows you to, meet a lot of different people. And
yeah,
I think that's the ultimate goal for a podcast for me. It's you allow as many people to contribute as possible.
yeah,
And initially that's what my goal is for my own show as well. And that's why I didn't do like a mashup podcast. It's because it's way too exclusive,
yeah. It's one
so to
niche,
speak. Yeah, it's like just only mashers can contribute, and
Yeah,
that's not what I want. It's just I want everybody to be able to request whatever they're listening to or whatever they like or anything they have in store, like exclusives and whatnot.
yep,
And so it's more open to everybody. And I think that's the ultimate goal is for everybody to be able to contribute and relate to your show and enjoy it.
yeah, definitely. Um, let's see, what other random questions can I come up with to blatantly stall for like the
uh,
15
to
minute mark.
Yeah, to fill in the airtime.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, we do have quite a few things to talk about, but it's more leaning on
Yeah,
the singles side, you know.
yeah, yep.
Um, yeah. Let's see. What else can I talk about? I honestly don't know. Um, okay, here. This is totally random question. What are your thoughts on the lineup for the Monster Cat Mix contest this year?
Yeah. What? Sorry.
Oh.
I thought that was a sentence. Oh God! Look, in my defense, I had to wake up at 7.
Yeah.
Now it's 8. I still haven't regained all my consciousness. Oh God! I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was it?
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the lineup for the Monster Cat Mix contest this year?
I thought it was pretty interesting. It was a mix between veterans, so to say, and a lot of newer faces on the mixing scene. We see like Ethany coming back, and then there was like Note, who was like an old part of the community, but only recently uh, picked up mixing and mashing again.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else was on the freaking hang on, I'm just trying to also there was like Monster was also a long-standing part of the community,
Yeah.
and Silver
The
Skies was,
uncaged horn mixes.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, those are golden.
yeah,
Anyway, yeah, okay. But is that really what Monster is known for now?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's the horn
oh
mixes.
jeez. Oh wow. I thought, but like Monster actually makes good mixes and
Yeah,
mashups, so it's like it's sad that people are more known for their memes now.
yeah,
It's like how Monster Cat is basically known for Crab Rave
yeah.
instead of like their like
Good
good
shit.
better releases. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I? Oh, also Silver Skies.
Mm-hmm.
What was a producer? Um, so that was good too.
Yeah.
I think he already has a decent base, like a fan base, or well, not a fan base, like already has a decent backing, so to
Yeah.
say.
It's like Duality last year, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Also, there's Disharmonic and Macwill, which I've had the pleasure to collaborate with recently. They were also kind of new to the scene, and I'm very happy for them. It's so great to see like when new faces come up and they just like get the spotlight right away. It's such
Yeah.
a great thing to see. Yeah, and I think like for me, it's really funny how my three latest collaborations are with Note, Disharmonic, and Macwill. So
Yeah.
it's all pretty good fun. And then I was like, hey, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, go have fun. We finished our collaborations, and now
Yeah. Yeah, don't
that's
let
still
me
pretty.
weigh you down.
Yeah. That's so that's still pretty mind blowing for me. I've had a chance to work with them before.
Yeah, it's kind of wild
Yeah,
cuz like
yeah,
cuz for example, I've done, you know this since you may or may not be in the Knocking Out Cancer 2020 Discord server, but
yeah.
I've worked, this will be the fourth year that I've done it, and for the first
I'll
two
see.
I worked with Duality on it, and so
Mm-hmm.
you
Oh
know
yeah,
see,
yeah.
and seeing
Joe
him
told
go
me.
so far is like, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of mixes and mashups and note and all that, let's talk about your mashup EP, which is pretty much out. I mean, you still have
Yeah.
what, two of them left to release?
Yes. Two. One will be this Thursday. Another one will be next Thursday.
Okay. So, yeah, I was kind of a dum dum and I didn't listen to this all, but I did listen to Oberon because it was in our final mix for episode 108, which you should go check out. Links in the
Yep.
description,
Check
all
out
that
the
fancy stuff.
new episode of The Sty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But one of the things that I think mashup artists really strive to do is make it seem like complete. Like you could listen to it on its own and say, "Hey, this is like a totally like fresh, you know, its own
Yeah.
original track," and
That is
yeah.
that is
Go
always
ahead.
every master's goal is to create an what is it called? An original track with other original tracks is
Yeah,
basically
it's an
the way I'd
odd,
phrase it. Yeah.
yeah, it's an odd way to phrase it, but that's kind of what the goal is, and I think
Yep.
you've done a really good job. It may not be exactly
Thank
perfect,
you.
but it's very, it's up there.
Of
It's,
course.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like what's his name, Neil Cicierega. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's like
Oh man.
it's not quite that level, but it's getting up there.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
I
I know
know.
it's your EP, so I don't know if you can really give as good of a criticism, constructive criticism, whatever you want to call it, but I'll let you try.
I guess I couldn't really criticize it much because I've already done it with the people I collaborate with during the process of going back and forth. We already like corrected a lot of like the small details and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, the EP, the idea of like having a mashup EP like this came in April,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what started Oberon, which was released in April. So, and then the other mashes didn't finish as quickly as I would have thought, and I thought I'd just time it for my birthday,
But like, nope.
which I did.
Well,
Um,
kinda, yeah.
yeah. But I think for the mashups on its own, I'm really happy with how it turned out. In terms of like the creative force that pushed everyone to make a complete track, it's just wild. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like if you listen to like the first draft until like the final draft, and it's out on SoundCloud, on YouTube. There's a lot of there are links I'll post it later. Um,
Yeah.
but I think for me personally, I would have uh planned it a little bit better
Uh-huh.
in terms of what songs I'll use to connect the two parts, and also what songs I cannot use
Mm-hmm.
because um because I had trouble uploading the mashup with Note, which was Party Inc. Because one of the songs
Was
was
copyrighted.
blocked. Yeah, because I didn't think I was gonna upload it to SoundCloud.
Uh-huh.
Right, I was thinking of having some on YouTube, and I'll play some on my own show. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but then after Mac will uploaded our match, which was Heroes of the Night, on his SoundCloud, I was like, huh,
Well, might as
maybe I should
well.
upload it on SoundCloud. Yeah, and then yeah, I wish I had the foresight to like tell everybody, let's not use the copyrighted songs and stuff. Uh, there are definitely a lot more like planning details that I completely missed out.
Yeah.
Um, and I think if I were to do another big project like this, and in which I'm planning to, um, I would have definitely planned this a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I think my criticism for myself comes in terms of the technicalities instead of like the releases on its own.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I kind of relate to the whole mashup EP thing because I'm actually working on compiling some old classics of mine and releasing
Ah.
a classics collection, which hopefully should be out tomorrow. If I can,
Oh.
I need to update some of the artworks on my SoundCloud because I got lazy.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
anyway, so the issue is I did a remastering of this mashup album I did under this side alias sort of thing called Phoenix. It was a mashup album of the album Scooter Forever by Scooter, hence the name. But
Mhm.
so the copyright kind of fucked me over on like two of them, and
Ah.
so I had to what I think I'm gonna end up doing is releasing like a drive link or something. Say here's the songs you missed. You
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah.
you can go download them here. You know, I don't condone piracy or anything, but like copyright fucked me over. But
Mm.
so yeah, or I don't know, figure out how to get a
Yeah,
torrent
yeah.
going or something. You know.
There was also one mashup I did before I changed my alias, and that also got copy strike because I mashed "One More Light" by Linkin Park
Oh
and
God.
"Infinite" by No Taker.
Oh Jesus, I
Um,
want to
it
hear
was
this after the show.
I played it on last week's episode of the Sty. You can
Oh.
search it there. I tried uploading it on SoundCloud. So basically, that was also a mashup EP, but it was a solo EP.
Uh huh.
There was like 7 or 8 tracks, so everything else was uploaded
But that
perfectly.
one.
But that one, I was super disappointed that never got uploaded because that was essentially the lead track. I always have trouble uploading the lead tracks because the Party Inc. one was also pretty much the lead track,
Ooh.
and I was like, oh no. Um, oh goodness. But
Yeah.
I've kept it. I think I didn't really post anywhere else. I did put it on my drive though
Mm-hmm.
for a while. I didn't know if anybody downloaded it,
Yeah.
but I was super proud of that mash. But like, oh damn it, I didn't
And
think about that twice.
yeah, and also another fun story. So you know that ID mash that I put in that Porter
Yeah,
Robinson
yeah.
one. Well, I tried uploading this because I was gonna release it a couple weeks ago, probably when I finished making it, and it got copyright strike because of the Porter Robinson song. And then when I ended up
I
uploading my section of the guest mix or whatever, it didn't get copy strike. So I think what the trick is to beating SoundCloud copyright, make a mix of it. I don't think it cares.
yeah,
I think what it cares about is there a majority of it, and if there is, then it
yeah.
goes all nuts. So which I might end up doing with that classics collection, but give me a while because I need to still make that mix. But yeah.
Woo!
So
I'm super excited. It's like when somebody has like a big project that they're releasing on their own. I'm
mhm.
always pumped for that
Yeah,
because it's basically their creative force like just poured out, and it's always exciting to see that.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, quit. I'm gonna go on my little tangent about the classics collection. So pretty much what it is it's that Scooter Forever mashups. It's half remastered, half also not remastered. Like some of them I just said, it's all right. I'll just go with it. And some of them I said, well, shit, I gotta remaster this. And then there's my completed edition of the Tour de France mashups, which has part one, which was unreleased for a while, and then part two, which I made and released, I want to say at the end of April. Yeah. And then
Hmm?
a few volume three mashups, a couple of randomly generated. I need to explain the story actually behind that. So I was gonna do an
Go ahead.
EP called Randomly Generated Mashups or RGM. So pretty much, I generate the bass song and then I would mash it with some other song. And I was also gonna collab with a bunch of people. One of them being Mikey, which is also being released on this. Um, so
Oh,
yeah, it didn't really end up coming to fruition as I planned, but I did find a few of the old mashups lying around, and I put those in there. And then I also put in
I see.
this this mashup called "Going Dutch," which is all Dutch EDM artists, and
Oh, that sounds fun.
yeah, that was fun story about that one too. I had to do a culture speech in English about just like any country or whatever. So I picked the Netherlands because EDM culture and stuff. And I made this mashup
Yeah.
just for that presentation. And I was gonna release it, but I
Oh
never
wow.
did. So yeah, but
I actually did a mashup for school as well. There was like from my old project there was a a mashup EP, I guess. It's called Polyverse. It was
okay,
under my old alias though. It was yeah. So it's funny how we both make mashups for school.
yeah,
It's like, look, this is our hobby. Let's
yeah,
I know bask in it.
yeah,
That's
exactly,
really cool. If you're listening right now, you should definitely do a mashup for school. Like just a random, if
yeah,
it's like a school project, just like uh soft promo yourself at school.
yeah, exactly.
It's totally cool and they'll understand.
Yeah, I got a couple another story about using like EDM music in general for school projects. So in bio last year, we had to make this ecosystem thing. It was like so you'd make like just like an ecosystem obviously,
Mhm.
and then you'd say, okay, this happened, and then you'd show how that event affected the population of your
Oh yeah, yeah.
ecosystem. So I made this like little animation or whatever in Keynote, and I used the
Mhm.
animation for like the event happening from the music video for Kill It for the Kids. I don't know if you've seen it, but pretty
I
much
don't think I have, but okay.
okay. But so it's by Kill the Noise, and the
Oh,
music video. In fact, let me look it up and read the description to you because it's actually kind of funny. Hold on, just a sec.
okay.
I should have it. Um, might be in the description of the YouTube video. So give me a sec. Also, you should totally go listen to it because it's a great song. Okay,
I will one after time.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. It features Tronald Dump falling victim to his own design of corporate greed, control, and mass consumerism. Pretty much, he just like invades this small town and like makes a bunch of shit, and then ends up dying at the end. It's fun. It, it's beautiful, but
Totally educational.
I know, but I used the scene from when he arrives like in the town. And it's like he pulls up and it like
Uh,
zooms in on his license plate or whatever. It's it was humorous, and I got extra credit for that, and I like BS that in 30 minutes the morning it was due. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
teachers do like half-assed attempts.
yeah,
Um,
I guess.
I guess they do.
Yeah, I don't know. My school was weird.
Cause, I mean, most of my school projects are half-assed, and look how I turned out.
Yeah, making
Okay, never
mashups and
mind.
episodes of the Sty. That's
Right,
exactly.
totally my goal.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, well, now
where
that
were
we've
we?
talked about some fun mashups and stuff, the stuff we always talk about, let's get on to some actual music. Not saying mashups aren't actual
Yeah.
music, but since you are our special guest, I will give you the honor of picking what we talk about first.
Um, I guess I grew up with Monster Cat, so we could talk about those first. The Monster Cat releases first.
All
Um,
right.
and that's what I also listen to a lot, like daily.
Uh huh.
So I guess we could go for those.
All right. Pick a number 1 through 3.
Uh, I like number twos.
Okay,
So
we're
we're
gonna.
at number two.
All right. Shock 1. Run.
Oh, hey. Good news about this one. It's my birthday release.
Oh yeah.
So this was a pretty fun thing to wake up to.
Yeah.
Because what else was there? Because I was I knew my birthday release was going to be on Uncaged, but I was like, oh heck, it's a one thing it's a debut, and another thing it's freaking music video. Man, that'll be
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
It was like crazy. I was like, yes. And then the actual song is also like, I know I'm more of like an instinct guy. I listen to mostly like chill uh pop and stuff.
hmm
But man, it's so grimy and like, oh man, it's just awesome. Um
Yeah.
yeah, it's great.
Um.
Uh,
So a bit of a gripe. It's not necessarily with the song, but it's more with just me and Gabe. We talked last episode about how A&R at Monster Cat is not necessarily the best. He was talking about how they like
oh
don't
yeah, yeah.
accept rhythm at all, and they've been leaning more towards like house and shit. But
Yeah, yeah.
one of the other things that I personally have a gripe with is signing artists, like these big artists, and then never hearing from them again. I mean, it's not so much more Monster Cat than it is the artists themselves, but it's um, like I was gonna draft up a list before the show, but I forgot to. But like before, like for the classic case is Marshmallow. He releases it alone. It goes like fucking platinum, and
Wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It goes platinum, becomes the number one most viewed video on the Uncaged channel, and then no Monster Cat releases to date, and all he does is release on his own label, and like I don't know what the other big labels are, like Warner
I
and that
mean,
kind
I
of
mean, are you
shit.
surprised? Because I'm not.
Well, I'm not saying I'm surprised about it, but I'm just saying that it's kind of a letdown. You get this artist, and especially way back, when the family was a lot smaller, you
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
see more from them. Like that's why I like, artists like Cloud None, um, yeah, like
Oh, right.
like for
I
example,
mean,
Cloud None. He's cranked out 3 EPs over the past, you know, however long it's been, like 9 months or whatever,
I
and
forgot to.
yeah, I don't know, something like that. He's been cranking out a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
and like you know, I don't know, and I feel like Shock One is gonna become one of those. He's gonna release the single, maybe another single. He's gonna release the Dark Machine, and then he's just gonna go silent and only release on Warner. So and
I
it
know. I'm gonna guess
sucks
so.
because like this song is fucking bonkers,
Yeah.
and I'd love to see more of this shit on Cage, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's like it's like one of the biggest names you have. Shock One, probably one of the one of the biggest drum and bass names other than like London Electricity or something, and
Uh,
maybe Hospital Records, but I mean, isn't he? I don't know. I
I don't
fucking
know.
just I don't know. And then you had the Bloody Beetroots, which is like,
Oh yeah, Bloody Beetroots was big. I knew about that.
yeah, the Steve Aoki track from way
Yeah, yeah.
back. But like, and we're probably not going to see the Bloody Beetroots ever again.
I mean, yeah.
Shock One
That's
we're
it.
probably not going to see until after this LP. So
Yeah, that's sort of like a given. I mean, it's sort of like Karma Fields. We had a couple of like
well, Karma
uh,
Fields not so much because I think it was at least it wasn't just like one single and LP and then done.
oh yeah, I guess Karma Fields had
Yeah.
Sweat. I forgot about
Sweet.
Sweat. Sweat was such a great
Yeah.
release.
Washu washi. That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
Yeah, that's what I always heard the vocal sample as is washu washi.
Where in Sweat?
The in Sweat, yeah, like the chanting or whatever.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I don't I just thought of it as gibberish, whatever.
Yeah,
Um
I
I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So
Um
yeah.
yeah, what was I again? I forgot. I don't
Talking
know what I
about
was talking about.
talking about the one release and then done type
Oh
thing.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just hope I mean, I'm not surprised if they're like if an artist just comes and goes because usually I accidentally make something that fits this specific label. And we're gonna talk about the Fat Rat thing soon. Um, but it's basically it's okay if it's a one-off thing because not every song you release fits the label style, and I completely understand that when
Yeah.
you decided to like release something. I mean, when you decided to make something that's just out of your style and it accidentally fits a specific label, you know, and the label happens to be Moshcat, I think go with it. And if it's like a one-off, then there's nothing to say except just support them wherever they release.
Yeah. But then you also run into the issue of releasing just and it seems more like you're trying to pull an audience towards you. Again, the whole
Oh yeah, yeah,
marshmallow thing. That's
yeah.
literally like reason one why I hate it. But yeah, and
I mean, I can kind of tell what that. I can tell that Monstercat are just bringing some artists for label visibility,
yeah.
and I don't blame them for that. It's a totally legit marketing strategy, and um, as long as they're bringing in good artists that make actually good songs, it's totally cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean,
And I don't.
I have heard that they are doing stuff like I forget where it was specifically, but I remember they did say that they're trying to sign like new artists to at least 2 songs, so there isn't
Uh,
much of that, but I
I
don't know.
see. I don't know. That's just again, that's up to the
Yeah.
artists themselves or the A&R, as you have mentioned.
Yeah. But anyway, but like actual thoughts since I didn't really talk about it. This fucking slaps. That's really
Yeah,
about all I have to say. And
yeah. On the Shock One song, oh man,
yeah,
it's
yeah, it's like
it's
and the
new
me
beat, right? That's what the genre is, right? Please
I
tell me it is.
I heard it was Moombacore and I'll go with that cuz it's 110,
Oh
so
really?
I don't know.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's so it's like that one song that just pumps you up when you listen to it. It's
Yeah.
like numb. Uh,
Yeah.
there's another song that's similar, but I forgot. Uh, never
Overkill
mind, never
maybe?
mind.
I don't know.
No, no, not Overkill. Definitely, Overkill was drum step, wasn't it? I'm talking
Yeah.
about the new beat kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Um, I
I
forgot.
don't
I
know.
forgot. I'll
We'll
come up with. Oh,
yeah,
it
you'll
was
come up with it later in the show. I bet you
it
five
was oh,
bucks.
it was a Pixel Terror song.
Amnesia,
I think it
Machina.
was I think it was Amnesia, but it
Yeah,
was a different meme. Yeah, yeah. I think it was a Pixel Terror song.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's and the music video is definitely a adventure to say the
yeah.
least.
Music video was pretty interesting to say the
Yeah,
least. Yeah, it was
yes.
good.
It's interesting in a good way, totally. And I honestly, I really want to see more kind of experimental music videos from Monster Cat, because you have kind of like innocent ones, like short
Yeah, yeah.
shorts,
Like,
Supercell, they're like light-hearted shit. And then you got shit
yeah,
like this and like
yeah.
Crave
This
and
is just
like
insane.
Boom with the psychedelic shit and like
Boom was wild. No, no, no.
Boom is just a meme at this point. I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah.
Like
Boom is.
I
And
I
speaking of Boom, Richie was a big artist too, right? Released
yeah,
like on like a lot of big house labels and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah.
yeah,
Boom
yeah,
is an adventure in
yeah.
memeology.
It was an its own sort of niche. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one of the first like Monster Cat memes I made was it's that, but all the booms are replaced with oof, like the Roblox oof. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah, I'll have to link it, but it was
Please share that to me because I haven't seen it as well.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, like it's an annual 420 tradition for me at this point to make a
Oh,
boom meme. So
okay. What did you
yeah,
make for this year?
actually I might have forgot to do this year, but I remember last year
Okay.
I turned it into a Step Mania chart and I played it. So, well,
Oh,
okay, I
you
should say
mad
I
lad. Let's
played.
give it a round of applause for that one.
Okay. Actually, I found this program that you feed it a file and it spits out a step file for you. It's pretty. It's randomly Well, it's not really randomly generated, but it's got like that machine learning shit. And
It
so
has like what is it called? Like a beat detection thing, so like
yeah,
it knows. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it
Mhm.
it spit that out, and then I just auto played the thing and recorded it and put it on my
Yeah.
channel. And then I got dislike bombed. Sadly, I guess it's not original enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
all
Um.
right. I see.
Yeah, but yeah. Boom's a meme. Anyway, where were we? I don't even know at this point.
Shock one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
um. Well, yeah. Other than that, like I said, just more experimental music videos would be
Yeah,
really
yeah.
great. Like, yeah.
What was the last music video for this? It was. Uh, shoot, I forgot for a second.
It,
No,
it's
there was a
it's not hands down. That's the last one that
no, no,
comes to
no,
mind.
whoa,
But that's
no.
like,
I know Wishes, but there's
oh
definitely one after Wishes.
yeah. Here we're gonna find it real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I forgot what it was.
I want to say it was an Uncaged song though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Uncaged.
Yeah, let's find it in my subscriptions wherever it is.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, I know Potions had a music video.
Wait, what?
But it
Since
wasn't on.
when?
Yeah, yeah. Potions, Slander, right?
Yeah.
It had a music video, but it wasn't on the
Oh, okay.
Monster
Okay.
Cat channels.
Yeah.
But it was
Alright.
official though. I think Slander uploaded it.
Yeah. Okay. If we're not counting lyric videos, oh, fizzy lifting drink.
Oh,
Yeah, the
yeah,
one
yeah.
with the kill pair straw meme.
Wait. No, no.
Have you not seen those? Oh my god.
I did see it. It was good.
Yeah.
I just need to look this up on my own because I've recently checked it. It was wait, it was gone now. Oh, it was Solus, but Solus was
A lyric video, wasn't
yeah, Solus was a video. I think I just didn't see it properly or something.
it? Yeah.
Maybe it was on Instinct. Let's check Instinct.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, it was Foreign Land. They
Oh
uploaded
yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. I watched it yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, yeah. It was Foreign Land. Sorry to keep y'all Waiting. I
Waiting.
watched it yesterday.
Uh,
Ah, damn it! It was Fernland.
yeah. I actually
Um,
haven't seen the full thing. I just saw that one meme that was like friends at something, and then it was a subtitle thing where it was like clap, 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 or whatever.
yeah. The music video does have subtitles.
Yeah.
Um, it was good, but again, it's not as experimental as you have mentioned. Shock One music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do hope to see more of that. It's like Hold Fast style. Remember
Yeah,
Hold
I,
Fast?
I I do
The one?
remember Hold Fast. I mean,
Yeah.
that honestly, that probably will never happen again because of the whole photosensitive shit. I mean,
Yeah, but
that was
uh,
like, dude, I do not have epilepsy in any way, and I think the first time I watched that, I was like, Jesus, like, hold off, bro. So
yeah, I guess so, but I think that was the beginning of like experimental style sort of music video for Monster Cat,
yeah,
and there's the new Shock One music video is reminiscent of that.
yeah,
So yeah, we are hoping for a lot more experimental music videos.
yeah.
Hmm. It's like
Anyway,
when I'm sniffing, it looks like I'm snorting coke. Trust me, I'm not.
Jesus.
Uh,
Okay. All
uh,
right. Well, since we're on a bit of an uncaged streak here, let's talk about "Stronger" by the Fat Rat, Slate It, and Julie. Cause
um,
you know,
stronger. Uh,
cause running
what do I
makes
have
you
to say?
stronger. There,
Yeah,
I made a great transition. Finicheti would be proud.
yeah. Actually, speaking of like running and stronger, I think that has to be one of my like that has to be my favorite morning activity is walking and running. Okay, that
Just
was a weird
it's
tangent,
it,
but
it
let's go back.
it's short shorts. You know.
Yeah,
That's
short shorts.
that is a pretty good music video. Let's
I
be honest. It
I forgot
seems.
what it's like. I think I watched it. I just like I forgot what it's like by now.
Ooh, okay. Anyway, so on to Stronger.
Yeah,
Um,
Stronger was pretty unique because I haven't heard of Slated prior to this release.
Me either.
Um, but what I've listened from like the Fat Rat, it's mostly melodic stuff, and for him to bring this kind of stuff to the table, I think it's more of like a creative breakthrough.
Yeah.
A break from the melodic stuff. Like, what was it like? I remember there was like Fly Away, and there was the Laura Brem one. Mayday was
Yeah.
also really melodic.
And the
I
calling.
and yeah, the calling was before Fly Away, right? I forgot.
I don't know, man. I don't really follow the Fat
Yeah.
Red too much.
I sort of followed him, but also there was Oblivion. Man, Oblivion was good, but yeah, was it? Yeah, for the Fat Rat to bring in a really heavy sort of vibe to his personal catalog, I think it's uh such a you know did I already say creative breakthrough? I think I already
Yeah,
did.
you did.
I don't want to overuse a phrase, but um like it's always great when an artist tries different styles, and especially to bring it to a label, because the Fat Rat rarely signs his stuff on labels, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's. I think this release is a breakthrough personally for the Fat Rat, releasing on a label and making a song that is barely melodic.
And also
I really
releasing on
appreciate
Monster
that. Yeah,
Cat too. So
yeah. I really appreciate that when an artist pushes themselves to do like a different thing or different things.
hmm
It's always great to see that. Yeah.
yeah. I like I said, I don't really follow the Fat Rat much. You know, I only really know the big stuff. But Slate It, I also haven't heard, and Julie, I
Yeah.
mean, I only heard from
And Julie, I've
Control.
heard a lot. I've heard Anjali stuff on Spinnin because she releases on Spinnin. Um, and then there was Fly Away as well.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this is like Fat Rat's second song with Anjuli, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
this totally like I was expecting, this to be, I don't know, like some Mel dub or something,
yeah, exactly. I was
But like this, like I was listening to this fun story. I had my boyfriend over from Tuesday to Sunday, and he left the day I heard this, and like this totally made me feel a lot better.
it did take me by surprise at first because I thought it was gonna be on instinct.
Yeah,
Like just
exactly.
yeah, judging by his other releases, I legitimately thought, oh yeah, Fire is gonna be
Yeah,
like either um a house or a dubstep song, as you have mentioned.
yeah,
And I was like, hang on,
yeah.
this is this is so out of his or like ordinary stuff, and seeing that he's able to
Yeah,
pump out that kind of stuff, it's always refreshing. Yeah.
exactly. And yeah, because like I thought if it was gonna be on Cage, maybe it's like more harder melodic dubstep, but like
Oh yeah,
no, like
there was
forever.
one oh yeah, yeah, Forever. Also Back to Me, kind of
Yeah,
similar to that. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
but and now it
Um.
was just a hybrid trap banger.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, but this went a completely different direction than what we initially expect from the Fat Rat, especially.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say about it.
Yeah, me
Stronger.
neither.
Yeah,
Stronger's good. Yeah,
yeah.
lovely, lovely song.
Yeah. Um. Well, if you want to get stronger, maybe you should run down De La Street. All right, boom, Habstrap De La Street. Oh my god,
Okay.
I could do these all day.
Man, you are the best with segues.
Yeah, I'm absolutely great, and if you say otherwise, I'll have the mafia find you. I mean, what? I didn't
Oh,
say
I missed that.
anything.
Okay.
Good. You better have
Okay.
missed that.
Where were
Anyway,
we?
De La Street.
Oh yeah, Dela Street. Abstract.
Yeah.
I only got into Abstract recently after Infinite was released. But I guess I know he was on Axstone a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, I just didn't really pay attention to his songs. I don't have much to say except for the song is good. Because
Yeah.
I'm more of into uh, like the stuff I listen to a lot is just the house,
Uh-huh.
electro type of stuff, the club style stuff, and Taylor Street just hits hard. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer this song better than Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because the drops are much more like varied. There's like I thought it found the perfect balance between like the hard and the melodic stuff. It was great.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
oh,
I
sorry,
definitely
coughing again.
draw drew a lot of parallels to Infinite because it definitely
Yeah,
feels
it
like
was
Infinite
his other
Part
recent
2.
release. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It, um I didn't really think it was either good or bad. It was kind of, I don't know, just middle of the street. But
Ha.
yeah, funny puns, great. You'll give us
Yes,
likes.
let's pun that out.
Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't too bad of a track. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily listen to it again, but if it came on, I would totally be fine with it. Um,
I think
yeah.
I prefer De La Street more than Infinite. So I'm definitely liking it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's De La Street. And if you're
Yeah,
running, you might have an epiphany rush. Must I epiphany rush? Let's go.
I know. I don't really follow Must Die either. I'm the first time I've heard of Must Die is that one huge collaboration with Boy in a Band.
Uh-huh.
Um, it was like a 10 track EP. They did like a 24-hour producer challenge where they made like an EP in one no, a 10 track LP in one day. And
That
after
sounds
that
like it would hurt. Like, just like you get to hour
it
23 and you're like 3 songs away and you're like, fuck.
there's it was documented. There was like a huge video. We'll probably link that too. I'll send it to you right now. But I think the interesting thing about this track is that um Mustang keeps bringing new stuff with his own sound.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and well, basically a lot of artists do that, but it's like talking about AU5 and Stonebank. They always like their sounds are distinct, but they keep like putting new spins on it.
I
And
can't believe
Epiphany
it's not
Ranch,
Stone Dank.
but like for me, what is it called? What it's always good when you know you stick to your own sounds and you just keep putting spins on it. Um,
Mhm.
I don't really have a tendency for the track. There's no like I like or dislike it. But I do know that Must Die is well respected in the community, and
Mhm.
I completely support the direction that he's taking his music. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we talked about this last time we talked about a Mustache song, but there's these hardcore kicks and like these hardcore fake outs, and I'm like a sucker
Oh
for
yeah.
hardcore, and like I really just want to see like a either a hardcore VIP or like just a hardcore track from him because like it makes me so angry that there's like these deep like hard style kicks and like then it's just dubstep drops. I mean it's good. I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's like don't tease me like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's like Fowler teasing you with drum and bass and like,
yeah.
uh, stop giving us new beat. No,
Yeah.
just kidding. Keep making new beat. It's good.
Yeah. But
um,
yeah, I think it's a pretty good song. The sound design is really good, top notch. It's a
yeah,
typical must die track, so I don't know. That's about all I could say.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you say it's a typical blank track,
Yeah.
it's like a typical Stone Bank track.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
After you release Stronger and All Night, it's just like it's a typical Stone Bank hardcore.
Yeah.
What is it called now? By Your Side? Yeah, it's typical.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
But
Stoneback. I like your music. Uh,
well,
anyway,
um, I don't have a cool segue for this one, sadly. So, Crazy as You, Sullivan King and Grabbits.
yeah. Oh, crazy as you. Again, I when Sully and Grabbits teased that they were collaborating, I expected like again, it's like the Fat Man thing. I expected Sully and Grabbits to be on Uncaged,
Yeah.
like just the grimiest thing they could come up with. But then they released this like cheesy pop song. I was like, that's so heartwarming to listen to Crazy as You.
Yeah.
There's something humbling about it. I don't know what. I think it's a really weird way to phrase it,
Yeah.
but it's definitely something. There's definitely something humbling to listen to Crazy as You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly this really gave me Sight of Your Soul vibes. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
But
it definitely feels like it could be like a Sight of Your Soul 2.0.
for me, Side of Your Soul is much harder. I think.
Yeah. I would totally agree
Yeah,
with you there.
because Dirty Phonics,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
and Dirty Phonics is known for that like really hard, deep sounds,
Yeah.
and like with Grabbits now into the mix instead of Dirty Phonics,
Yeah,
he's
it's
able
more
to like
instinct.
he's able to put more like he's able to put like lighter sounds into like melodic drops,
Exactly.
whereas Dirty Phonics put like just the deepest stuff onto. melodic drops. And I'm not saying that's bad. It's just like um it gives completely different emotions when you do that.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's a completely conscious creative decision made by the artists. And yeah, I completely respect that. When
Yeah.
they released Crazy as You, I was like, okay, this is I think they did make a decision to not make a like a hardcore or like a grimy song.
Uh-huh.
um it's like a conscious decision, and I completely respect that. And seeing as how um I enjoyed the song so much.
Yeah, this is like in my
Yeah,
top of 2019
yeah,
already.
yeah. It's such a successful pull off. And yeah, I just completely respect them for that.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Yeah. It was a very
Especially
the
Mhm.
acoustic was really good too.
Okay, the acoustic was good. But the one thing is like there's been more drops that are mainly guitar.
Uh-huh.
Like electric or uh yeah, I think it's electric guitar.
Yeah.
Um the first the first time I've heard a drop that is dominantly electric guitar was Sun Holo, with Everything Matters. That
Yes.
was a
Great
lot of electric
song.
guitar. Great song, by the way. It was,
Yes.
and I think this is such a fresh sound that artists are recently discovering, and seeing that more artists are using it. Um, yeah, it's like a completely. It's like when No Taker released Infinite. It's such like a fresh sound.
Uh-huh.
That it's like somewhere between Moomba and Glitch Hop. It's when an artist discovers new sounds and everybody kind of follows it. Um, it's brilliant, and I guess now with San Holo and Sully and Grabbits, I'm just hoping for more guitar drops, more
Yeah.
guitar dominant drops, because both Everything Matters and Crazy as You are magnificent songs. And you know that's a humble opinion.
Yeah. All right. So, singles all nice and knocked out. Actually, probably not knocked out because that's mean. We don't want to do any of that. But
Oh, do not knock somebody out.
yeah, please. Fake music only is not liable if you go to jail because you knock someone out and the police get called.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah, fun jokes. Okay, anyway, so we
Mhm.
have one EP and we have one LP. Which would
Yep.
you like to talk about?
Mm, let's do EP. Let's go from single to EP to LP.
All right, well then let's do the exact opposite. We're gonna talk about Hugh
Okay.
Hardy.
Oh,
all right,
all right.
all right.
Hugh
Shadows and
Hardy.
silhouettes.
Yeah. Hugh Hardy is a great artist. I've been following him for a long time, and I kind of forgot about him until you brought it up for Fake Music Only. It's like, oh, hey, I haven't heard about this artist in a while, because I enjoyed a lot of his older releases. I cannot name any on the top of my head, but I used to listen to him a lot.
hmm
Um, and then like the album is like, even though it's liquid drum and bass, there are like tons of variations that made each song unique. And
hmm
like the drum kits and the patterns he used for each song is just like it keeps the LP going. And
hmm
every other track is fresh.
Yeah,
And the LP has left a great mark on me.
yeah. Definitely. So this was released on Hospital, and
Hospital, yeah.
I definitely it definitely was like a typical. I won't say typical because I've said typical enough this episode. It definitely sounds like something you would hear on Hospital.
Yep. Yeah,
Like it,
100%.
and it also really sounds like some old London electricity, like the second track, I forget what
I
it's called off the top of my head. It sounds a lot like the intro sounds a lot like "Pull the Plug" by London Electricity. That's like way back in like late '90s, I think,
uh
maybe 2000.
yeah, yeah.
But
I I guess I can kind of tell when you say the album is sort of like a homage to like older drum and bass tracks because it uses like more iconic loops, and on like some other tracks it uses like fresh new kits and stuff. So
yeah,
I can kind of see where you're coming from.
yeah, and I mean, I like to kind of make this joke with myself, even though the only other release I've seen her on is "Are We There Yet" by London Electricity. But it can't be a hospital
Over there
release without Amir Deneen. So
you go.
and
Yeah,
she
there
is
was
here.
Americanini. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I just made that joke randomly. It's probably not
Okay.
right. Hospital fans, you can go rage at me in the comments or something, you know. But yeah.
I, I
I,
think the one thing I want to bring up from the album is the Paula and Bryson collab.
uh-huh.
It was a sort of like a deep house sort of thing, and I think the way the track list was arranged, it was like in the middle of the album, and like after you listen to a lot of the Liquid stuff, and then listening to Siren, this is the
Uh-huh.
Paula and Bryson collab.
Yep.
Um, you kind of get that sort of like a bit of a refresher, you know.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think it's really
cuz I
interesting.
think if it were like just an entire Liquid drum and bass LP, just the whole thing, it would get really boring really fast. But yeah, I will agree it does kind of freshen it up.
Yeah, yeah. It like you get this sort of like deep house groove in the middle of like all the liquid drum and bass stuff. It's again, it's like a decision that was made on purpose, and it's such a smart decision.
Yeah.
Like just to like put something in the middle. It's like an interlude, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
and I mean like it's such a good groove too. Like, yeah, I completely understand where Hugh Hardy is coming from with that decision, and yeah, it works. It completely. I mean, it is pulled off greatly.
Yeah. Like I mean this album isn't, like best of all time, or best among all the hospital records stuff, but it's definitely up
I can
there.
see.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I probably there's only like a few real standout tracks that I'll probably listen to again, but
yeah.
otherwise,
Same.
but
Um,
like I said with De La Street, if it comes on like, and I'm just,
yeah,
grooving, I'm not going to skip.
yeah. I like the album has like a couple of like IDM sort of stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's not really my thing.
Yeah.
But the more liquid, the more melodic stuff is just my jam. So the the album has like some highs and lows for me, but I think the highlight has to be Siren, and I think it's Evening Red was my other favorite.
Mhm.
But Siren is definitely the highlight for me because it's such a groovy track, and like uh was it like it's positioned so perfectly in the album. I think
Yeah.
it deserves the spotlight.
Yeah, I think probably one of my favorite tracks is probably Evening Red.
Yeah, Evening Red was good.
Yeah, or Endless. Endless is also really good too. So,
Hmm.
yeah. Um
Yeah.
yeah, all right, Shadows and Silhouettes. And finally,
It's-
I also do not have a cool segue for this one either. Let's talk about the Che debut EP, Travel Far. So, I
um.
honestly have not really heard of Che too much. I knew that they were like a um Mousetrap, house producer or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's about all I heard of them. And this was kind of, I don't know, middle of the road Mousetrap to me. The only really good thing I have to say about it is the first track, that kind of weird wonky switch up at the end was cool, but otherwise I don't really have much to say. It's more middle of the ground Mousetrap.
So my favorite from the EP is Floxen. For me, it's the song that pumps me up, and uh, I think it left a great mark on me. But other than that, I kind of agree with you when you said it was like mid tier Mousetrap, because there was freaking there was a collab, like I think it was Eddie and No Mana last
Yeah,
week. Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah,
That's top tier Mousetrap for me.
yeah,
Yeah, I do agree with you on this. I think for me personally, the standout has to be Floxen, but the other songs aren't bad. It's like, again, like I would listen to it. It's just like, yeah, okay, it's that song, instead of
yeah,
like Floxen where it just pumps me up.
exactly. So yeah, and I think that's about all we have time for, honestly. Um, well, you'll have your socials in the description, as is our usual.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Um, there
yeah,
are gonna be a lot of stuff in the description, like the Must Die album challenge thing and the latest episode of The Die, which IMG made a mix for. So
yeah, go check it out,
you all
boys.
better check it out. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna find you next episode. But
yeah.
anyway, well,
And
thank you so much for waking up at 7 a.m. your time and joining us on this fabulous show.
yeah,
Um,
thank you for having me.
yeah,
It's a fun first time for me,
yeah,
definitely.
exactly. It was fun all around, the whole spiel.
Yeah, it was
Anyway,
pretty fun.
yeah. So links to our socials,
Yep,
Uh,
in description as well.
all right. Well, yeah, that's about it. I think I've covered everything I need to cover. I asked
Yep,
Finicheti if he needed
same for me.
everything else, but he's not here. But anyway,
Mm,
um,
yeah.
yeah. But anyway, we'll see you guys in the next one. Yeet.
Goodbye.